It's week 8, and if you are not following your scorecards, this is the week you should probably pick them up. I'll tell you why I love these scorecards. I love the scorecards because, right, it's a habit tracker. You can use that habit tracker of really doing that. But you have also seen me post things around on the Facebook page or the group or whatever, wherever we're posting things, on making a list of tasks. And for those of you who did it earlier, you're really seeing yourself win. For those of you who haven't had time to opt in yet, this would be the week that you kind of go, oh, okay. And remember, we have another group coming, so you get to use it not just here, but you can do it if you're going to do a second round of this. That's the beautiful thing about the 12-week year is that every time you do it, you get smarter. And so that's why I love these scorecards. So one, right, it's saying here are the tactics I'm going to do, and am I doing them? Notice, right, it's not a ton of stuff, but the big deal that you have here is that you get to keep score, right? How much of this did you get done? Where I really find the win, and this is the part that you are going to get the most wisdom from, is really looking at what went well and what you need to improve. What this is doing is it's preparing you for what is your process, and that's your process of achievement. It's also the tool of sidestepping overwhelm. So, and why is that sidestepping overwhelm is to say you by week 8 you've learned you got to break these down. And you've heard me say it before, right? It's just as much time as brushing your teeth. A lot of those are really longer than that. They're really, 15-minute tasks. So this is the time to invite a 15-minute task. And it is helpful to have these small things that you can just do. And then you get that dopamine hit of, oh, yeah, I got that done. What we got as a quote from somebody in class is, working 10 minutes on your pile doesn't feel great, but that pile's 10 minutes further. And it is really interesting to watch each of you grow through things. That's why I love group, because you get, first of all, by week 8, you really like each other. And by week 8 in group, your peers want you to win as much as you do, and that they can see the sensibility. They can see all of the things that are there. But by week 8, you really understand the symbolism of prosperity mindset in general, right? That's why I like this process so much, because it's so helpful for prosperity. Because remember, prosperity is a verb, and I wrote myself a note to just remind you about that, right? Prosperity is this action energy that expands. And that's what's happening is that as you start doing these small tasks, you're just expanding what's there, but you're also clarifying it, right? You're taking it into just a cleaner piece. And for those of you who had to take what was this more aspirational type of goal and pull back and go, oh, I got to work on this foundational stuff. For those of you who chose to work on foundational goals, this week, getting 2/3 of the way, you really understand why a foundational goal is life giving. I mean, the energy will feel actually life giving because you just feel stronger at the beginning of the day. So, those of you who maybe had workout plans or think that you're starting to see progress in the things that you're doing, it is what I talk about when I talk about prosperity in general as a verb. And I remind people that this is the fragrant blossoms of your life. Prosperity is the fragrant blossoms of your life. And that fragrant blossoms of your life are foundational pieces. And that foundational piece is that you can get up and feel good about the day. And prosperity mindset is also that you can move forward without the past on your backpack, right? So think about that. You are also getting to the point where you can look at your goals with people, and what you're noticing is that you stand a little taller. You have a little more. You can talk with more energy and power, And here's what I'm doing. Here's how it's going. It's the beauty of the repetition has presented itself. And that part makes you feel like I'm living my life with integrity because you are, because you are. And you're learning to keep promises to yourself. What I also like about this group that you are in is it's a chance to shine on in a place that isn't your regular life. This isn't people you're at work with. This isn't people that are your neighbors. This isn't your normal group. And it is a group of people who all have the same outcome that you do, is they're looking to shape their lives into a vessel that has more meaning. And that, wow. I mean, that if that doesn't test your limits, I don't know what will. So it is week 8. I am so glad you're having this movement. And the thing that I would take with you is one thing. And that's the lesson. One thing. Make the list. What's the one thing I can do to get myself moving? Because you're also going to, what's going to happen, here's, right? Here's what's going to happen is you're going to start scraping away all this garbage. And then the next time you do this, you go, oh, now I have to do a deeper piece. So even though you will hit week 8 again, it's never the same. Each week 8 is very different, but they all come to the same place. And that is that you will start to make step forwards very differently. And you'll start to feel better. Things will start to work better. You'll start to notice the symbolism. But you always have to start breaking down those tasks. So if you haven't made a list of these are the tasks I can do in this amount of time, this would be a great time to do it. If you haven't yet come to love these pieces of paper the way that I love these pieces of paper, you might want to pick them up because they're great. And it's really these reflections. This is the magic sauce for what you're picking up in the past, right? This is the processing part. This is how you are seeing it. This is how you support yourself. This is the indicator of how you are speaking to yourself. This is the language that's in the conscious and unconscious coming together on this piece of paper. This piece, this weekly reflection on each of these goals, this should take you 15 minutes every week at least. Some of you are, way more magical and you have this whole journal and drawing and art and all of that. I commend you on that. And I commend you on that because you are deciphering something. And that is beautiful. And that has its own magic. For those of you who are just trying to learn how to add stuff up and maybe, have a closet that you can get into, it's still just as important to you. So please pick up your papers. And again, I am never, not once, I'm never tired of watching you grow at whatever speed you're doing it, in whatever way you're doing it, in all of the chaos that surrounds your life. It's beautiful. And it's beautiful and it's meaningful. And those small things that you are doing, they build momentum. And that momentum is what you need because it's fuel. It's fuel. So learning, this is learning that allows greatness, and you are doing that. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for going back to your fundamental goals. You will see benefit, and you already are seeing benefit. And again, I'm never tired of your process. So keep going. I will see you next week. All right. Have a great week. Bye.